Well, of course you do, Penny, because you're Penny Proud, but
nobody likes you.
Except your family and maybe your crushes, but your friends are questionable. Hey everybody, for those of you who are new and already like this video, welcome. I generally analyze and talk about different media from TV shows to movies, video games, and anime, but for now this video is focused on the Proud family. I want to dive into the Proud family because I really enjoyed it growing up and talked about main realistic issues such as bullying, racism, colorism, peer pressure, and many other topics. Plus, Proud Family is currently trending due to a confirmed reboot called Louder and Prouder, so I'm excited for that. The Proud Family came out in 2001 on Disney Channel, and it stood out to me because of the fact that the main character was a 14-year-old teenage black girl, which was considered rare in animation at the time. As a black girl growing up, Penny turned out to be my favorite in the show. It's because throughout the show, she was pretty well grounded, even with far links for her family and friends. The show mostly revolved around Penny with her family as her main support. Families are generally going to support you in whatever you do, so for this video, I want to go into depth with Penny's relationships with her friends and love interests and to show how they impact her character overall. Thus, this is a video essay and analysis about Penny Proud, specifically called Cute and Loud, I'm Penny Proud. So let's get into it. The video is broken up into sections so you can skip around to different characters I mentioned in the video. For now, we're going to view Penny's friendships with her main friends LaCienaga Boulevardez, Dijonay Jones, and Zoey Howzer. LaCienaga is a typical frenemy, but the word frenemy itself is non-existent because you can't have someone who is your friend and enemy at the same time. It's either or, and if they were your enemy, they were never your friend to begin with. That's why I care less about the word frenemy. In the case of LaCienaga, she is often an antagonist throughout the show. An antagonist is someone who is the opposite of the main character and has opposite goals and can sometimes be viewed as a villain. LaCienaga's character is the typical popular mean girl trope that is often seen in teenage-dominated genres. She is attractive, she is talented at many hobbies, in her case, cheerleading, ballet, swimming, and singing, and to top it all off, she is mean. Mean is an understatement, more like narcissistic and selfish. She has gloated numerous times about being popular and how rich she is. Penny is also quite popular in the show. However, her and LaCienaga are polar opposites. LaCienaga is first introduced in the very first episode of the show Bring It On. In Bring It On, LaCienaga competes with Penny for a last spot on her school's cheerleading team. The title of the episode makes sense since it revolves around cheerleading and more than likely uses the Bring It On movie series as a reference. Many of Proud Family's episodes have references, even one from the Bible, Love Thy Neighbor, which also centers on Penny's friendship with LaCienaga. Despite Penny wanting to reconcile and at least come to mutual terms with LaCienaga on numerous occasions, LaCienaga has made it very clear that she does not like her, period, as seen in the very first episode.
Proud, this smells so good. What is it? It's chitlins.
In the clip that you just saw from the episode Bring It On, LaCienaga was over at Penny's house helping prepare dinner after Penny found out that LaCienaga moved into the neighborhood and became her neighbor from across the street. Penny's father, Oscar, invited LaCienaga and her family over to get acquainted. This scene stood out to me for different reasons. For those of you who do not know anything about chitlins, they're flat out pig intestines. It is sometimes a main recipe from the South, and they smell very, very bad. Therefore, when LaCienaga said that they smelled good, she was actually joking, and it was also a way to gain favor from Penny's mother, Trudy. As you saw in the clip, LaCienaga was very bubbly, while Penny was mopey, polar opposites. Whenever Penny is happy or tries to redeem herself, LaCienaga has a different reaction.
Maybe we got off on the wrong foot. I'm really sorry. Let's be cool, okay? Save it, cornball. I'm already cool by myself, and your house stinks.
From the clip shown, Penny tried to make peace with LaCienaga after being convinced by her mother Trudy to be the bigger person. After Trudy tells Penny somewhere along the lines that LaCienaga was a nice girl, well, in her eyes, even though Penny saw right through the disrespect. As shown in the clip, LaCienaga appears to be a narcissist, as she tells Penny that she's better off by herself while putting on makeup. What she meant to Penny was that she needed no one to make her happy, since she has wealth, as obvious since she lives in the suburbs with Penny, looks, and popular status within the school environment. Penny, on the other hand, makes amends for herself because, unlike LaCienaga, Penny's opinions are impacted by others, mainly her family. Hence the name Proud Family. Penny is family-oriented and has both a caring side from her mother Trudy and a stubborn side from her father Oscar. So she tries to make peace with LaCienaga because she is a reflection of her mother, or something that her mother would do. At the same time, she is like her father throughout the show, as she tries to take no disrespect for anybody and learn to be proud, or should I say strong and prideful, of who she is. LaCienaga's animosity towards Penny also stems from the reality of feeling alone and having materialistic views and ways. Penny has family, whereas LaCienaga has money, which is why she made a comment that Penny's house stinks, because it stems further than the general smell of chitlins. In general, LaCienaga is pointing out that she's richer than Penny. Not only does LaCienaga show classism, but also racism.
Hi, Penny. Hey, you made it. Hey, Pinhead. Who invited her? LaCienaga? Come on, Penny, she's cool. Oh, look. If it isn't the Proud Twins, Happy and Nappy, that's BB and Cece.
The episode Rumors is one of the earlier episodes of Proud Family, and possibly one of the darker episodes in the show, mostly because of its short racism in the episode. In the episode Rumors, LaCienaga spreads a rumor that Penny made out with a boy named Myron in the closet, slandering her name, and others go along with it, including Penny's other best friend Dijonay. The rumors taint Penny's reputation and innocent good girl image to a point that she almost engages in a fight with LaCienaga. As bad as all that sounds, that did not really faze me, as LaCienaga already let Penny know from day one, from the very first episode, that she was her enemy. What really shocked me, which I thought was a bold move on the show's part, was LaCienaga calling Penny's baby brother's hair nappy. The word nappy is coined as an ignorant racial term, often targeting black people with kinky hair. The word nappy was rooted during the 17th century during the times of slavery. It was a common word that slave masters used to call slaves besides the hard N-E-R. The fact that Penny and her family are black and that LaCienaga is one of Spanish or Latino descent puts them at racial odds with each other. And sadly, there have been historical racial tensions between blacks and those of Spanish or Hispanic descent. The unfortunate racial tensions between blacks and those of Spanish or Hispanic descent is due to the Eurocentric perspective, pretty much of how sometimes blacks experience racism from those of Anglo-Saxon or white descent. When Penny let LaCienaga stay in her house, despite calling BB nappy, it was the beginning of Penny's downfall of her reputation, because she allowed negativity to happen. Also due to the fact that Dijonay stopped Penny prior from either fighting or kicking out LaCienaga. Penny stopped herself to maintain her cool, and due to peer pressure on wanting to feel accepted by her friends. Penny is used to receiving love and affection from her family, therefore she figures that she will receive love from her peers as well. Usually how one moves in society and treats others are determined by how they are treated at home first or by family. Obviously, Penny shows loyalty to her family because of how they treat her, so she feels that she can reciprocate that same loyalty to her friends, which was not always a good idea throughout the show. Even though LaCienaga called BB nappy, in reality it's a self-reflection of insecurity about her looks, mostly her feet, as revealed in the episode Love Thy Neighbor, specifically being unhappy with herself, which I will discuss next. Though LaCienaga has been proven on different occasions to be privileged than Penny, Her hatred is just mere jealousy, and possibly a Penny's looks and humility is her hatred is just mere jealousy, and possibly a Penny's looks and humility, especially knowing that Penny has siblings versus LaCienaga being an only child. Being polar opposites, the episode Love Thy Neighbor brought out the worst of LaCienaga and the best of Penny.
I guess this is a decent-sized closet. It'll be just big enough for my wardrobe. Now, where's the bedroom?
This is the bedroom. What's all this stuff?
Don't touch that.
What is it?
My Miss Wizard Kelly teen pageant dress. You might ruin it, and we both know you can't afford to replace it.
Well, unless you can afford a hotel room, I'd advise you to squash the conversation.
The title of the episode, Love Thy Neighbor, comes from the Bible verse that often states, love thy neighbors as you love thyself. However, LaCienaga is viewed as Penny's enemy, and the Bible also states, I tell you, love your enemies and pray for those who persecute you, as love thy enemies as you love your neighbors as well. This is realistic and true not only in the show, but in real life as well, because biblically, you reap what you sow, or other terms, karma. The more you perform or think positively, good things will come. If you do the opposite, then expect bad things to happen. Much of the episode of Love Thy Neighbor was LaCienaga's karma, since she ended up crying throughout the episode after kids at school laughed at her feet during a swim test. This was karma coming to LaCienaga because showing in the earlier clip, she frowned upon Penny's room being plain and simple while complaining about Penny touching her dress. Therefore, she reaped what she sowed. However, one of Penny's redeeming qualities, in my opinion, is that she is shown to be forgiving and independent, and she let LaCienaga know that how you treat someone is what you will get. Instead of kicking LaCienaga out of her room, Penny showed a small act of kindness and compassion despite her demanding tone. It was to avoid karma, and it could also be due to the fact that Penny being nice to LaCienaga was impacted by both their families cohabiting together. Since family and friends matter so much to Penny, this brings me to my next clip of my favorite episode, A Star is Scorned.
We're best friends. We have never been best friends, LaCienaga.
The episode is self-explanatory. Penny becomes famous. With the fame, Penny throughout most of the episode dismisses and ditches her friends, mostly LaCienaga, who ironically calls Penny her friend only due to the fame and attention that Penny was receiving. Again, LaCienaga is materialistic, proving that her friendship with Penny is superficial, and proving that they were never friends to begin with. So Penny stood up for herself. With Penny's newfound fame and status, she felt empowered and had the power to choose who to be part of her life. Though LaCienaga is mostly Penny's enemy, Penny also learned from her at the same time to have a backbone and that you cannot trust everybody. LaCienaga defines keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Speaking of enemies, the character Dijonay is so realistic to the point that she is one that people often stay away from. When it comes to trust, Penny's trust for Dijonay and their friendship is often called into question throughout the entire show. She views Dijonay as a blessing when in reality, their friendship is an illusion. Many Proud Family fans have pointed out that Dijonay is two-faced, fake, and phony, and possibly the most disliked character throughout the show. Her character is a false friend trope that's also commonly shown in teenage-related genres.
Chill. No! You are so fake. You're annoying, you're rude, and you lie all the time. You're just like Nikki, but even worse. At least everybody knows what to expect from Nikki.
The term false friend is easy and evident to understand. It is one who is manipulative, backstabbing, and two-faced. Sometimes this friend is ready to betray or sell out other characters for their own means to get ahead. The false friend is at times a primary or secondary antagonist, and one who is close with the main character of the show. In Proud Family, DJ and Penny are very close. So close to the point that their friendship is toxic and at times destructive. The episode Enter the Bullies did not sit well with me for many different reasons.
Did you think you could drop a dime on a girl and not get dropped yourself? Good job, Dijonay. Here's your free pass.
Thank you. Dijonay? Well, I didn't have any choice, Penny. It was either take a pass or take a beat down like Sticky did. Sorry, bye.
As you saw from the clip, Dijonay sold out Penny to the Gross Sisters. The Gross Sisters are Penny's bullies. The Gross Sisters threaten to beat Penny up after she tells on them to the principal, and Dijonay sells out Penny due to the fear of the Gross Sisters. This small act of betrayal revealed to me that Dijonay is a coward and much worse than LaCienaga. Not only did she mentally betray Penny, but she also put her in danger of physical harm. When someone damages you mentally or physically, it's best to stay away from them. Despite Penny being all alone in that moment, it only increased her bravery, as opposed to Dijonay, who was being a coward. Also, Dijonay took money from the Gross Sisters, which is an indication that she can be greedy and just as materialistic as LaCienaga. Dijonay is as greedy as she is selfish. In one particular episode called Adventures in Babysitting, Dijonay is supposed to be babysitting along with Penny. Instead, she ditches Penny along with her siblings to go to a concert.
Believe it. Those tickets were phony. Oh, you mean like you? No, I don't know her, but she does look like somebody's backstabbing plan. Well, they know me. They're my brothers and sisters.
Hey, Chuckies! Y'all know her?
Penny was not the only one who was affected by Dijonay's selfishness, but also their siblings. They felt neglected, and to them at that point, Dijonay felt them as an older sister, so siblings are supposed to generally look out for each other. However, the apple does not fall far from the tree, meaning some of Dijonay's personality comes from her parents. In the episode, Penny and Dijonay's parents both attended marriage counseling. Yet, the show has hinted on some occasions that Dijonay's parents often step out and leave her with her siblings. In a way, a sense of neglect and rejection is reflected on Dijonay's character because of her connection with her parents. She takes her selfishness out on Penny as a sense of freedom. At the same time, she tries to be Penny's friend because of the fact that Penny is also the opposite of her. Penny is nice. In the end of the episode, Penny forgives Dijonay for her actions, which causes Dijonay to cling on to her more despite being a sneaky friend. In general, Penny is Dijonay's best friend because Dijonay does not want to feel alone.
Oh, Penny, I am very disappointed in your behavior. I can't believe how you're treating your best friend.
Well, if you're referring to Dijonay Jones, you were mistaken because that girl is definitely not my friend.
I don't think you really believe that.
1 minute she's cheering Rip Rip Ree, the next minute she's Nikki Giovanni.
Am I sensing a hint of jealousy here?
Although I like Penny very much, she is still a flawed character. In the episode Poetic Justice, it brought out the dark side of Penny while at the same time improved Dijonay's character development. As Trudy said in the clip, to which Penny admitted to in the end of the episode, she was indeed jealous of Dijonay. Yet, it is questionable if it's truly jealousy or just Penny being justified about her comments on Dijonay. On many occasions in the earlier episodes of Proud Family, Dijonay was often written off as a negative black girl stereotype and was often against Penny.
Penny, why don't you and your man get off so we can get our ride on? Come on, Carlos.
In a way, Penny was justified because of the many times Dijonay took advantage or turned on her. Penny was angry in Poetic Justice because she thought it was another case of Dijonay using her on the regular by stealing her passion for poetry. To Penny, it was the final straw. At the same time, Penny shows jealousy for its implied colorism, and colorism has been a hidden theme in the show. There have been times where Dijonay sided and laughed with LaCienaga out of jealousy and turned on Penny because she was not a negative stereotype. Penny's character shown in Poetic Justice is tainted because of the fact that most of the times she is around negative energy whenever she hangs out with her friends. Dijonay does gain some sympathy though for feeling alone and neglected, yet her negative energy on regular is no excuse. Her friendship with Penny is complex and questionable, but for the most part very toxic. The more Penny is around Dijonay, the more her character is damaged.
It's pronounced Panay. Like the spaghetti, y'all. It's all part of that going solo thing.
Panay. Come on, girl. We've been best friends forever. I can't believe you're gonna do this. If we were such good friends, you wouldn't be hating so hard.
Although Penny was justified in dropping her friends in a star of scorn, she developed an ego by changing her name from Penny to Panay. This new ego is merely a reflection of the negative energy passed on by her friends throughout a whole series of episodes, such as the ones I used for this video. Penny's attitude was cold towards her friends, but she did make a valid point. If they were her true friends, they would have supported her in her art. Thus, Dijonay stating that they've been best friends forever is flawed and contradicted. At the end of the episode, Dijonay even admits that if she was in Penny's place, then she would have kept the fame, implying that she would also ditch everybody. Unfortunately, Dijonay is someone who can never be trusted, a false friend. Out of all of Penny's friends, Zoey is the voice of reason and the brains of the group. Unlike LaCienaga and Dijonay, Zoey is nicer to Penny. Because of this, there are times where Zoey is picked on just as much as her. Yet, Zoey is also a flawed character. In the beginning and at first glance of the series, Zoey seems sweet and innocent. Over time, her character becomes just as horrible as LaCienaga and Dijonay because she picks up some of their traits as a consequence of hanging around them for so long. Whenever there is a mean girl, a frenemy, or a false friend, there's one more trope to add on to the equation, and it's a very simple one: the follower.
The weird thing about hanging out with Regina is that I could hate her, and at the same time, I still wanted her to like me.
You have really good eyebrows. Thanks. Move.
Same with Gretchen. The meaner Regina was to her, the more Gretchen tried to win Regina back. She knew it was better to be in the plastics, hating life, than to not be in it all. Because being with the plastics was like being famous. People looked at you all the time, and everybody just knew stuff about you.
The follower lacks willpower and does not have a mind of their own. They are like sheep and will follow whoever is the most dominant or popular. In teenage genres, and those similar to Proud Family, there is usually a leader or a queen bee. That queen bee is LaCienaga, with Dijonay and Zoey as her followers. Between Dijonay and Zoey, Zoey is the worst out of the two when it comes to following LaCienaga. Her friendship with Penny is also challenged because of her dominant loyalty to LaCienaga. In reality, Zoey wants to break out free of being a follower and giving into peer pressure. Therefore, she looks up to Penny at times because of the fact that Penny is not always a follower of their antics. In the episode Makeover, Zoey has a small storyline where for the first time she tries to come out of her shell by changing up her looks and wanting to impress a crush at school. Yet, it takes a toll for the worse, as she becomes just as shallow as LaCienaga and Dijonay over time. This episode was only the beginning.
Hey guys, I've been looking all over for you. We've got work to do.
No, we've got pizza to eat.
What about Olay?
What about her? A newbie talk to you, not us.
Zoey, I know you'll help me.
The old Zoey would have, but the new popular and shallow Zoey could care less.
Zoey succumbs to peer pressure and being a follower due to her newfound popularity in Makeover. The name of the episode parallels with Zoey's personality. She literally gets a makeover in both looks and personality. It is obvious that the other girls do not care about Penny based on this clip and some of the other episodes. Zoey slowly shows not to care as well, due to a personality change and comparing herself as the old Zoey. When Zoey mentions the old Zoey, she refers to her nice girl image in the beginning of the show. Sadly, that image is long gone. She believes that her kindness is associated with weakness, and unlike Penny, she is unable to find a balance between kindness and setting boundaries. Penny has that balance, which Zoey is implicitly jealous of. In the episode Makeover, Penny was trying to be nice, asking for help, but since her friends did not want to help her with Olay's makeover, Penny turned to Olay herself as a means of using fear to get them to help. Olay, by the way, is one of the girl sisters, one of Penny's former bullies. In Penny's situation, she had to be mean to be kind.
Look, Proud. As much as we like to, we can't hang here. We've got to start shopping for the school beach retreat.
Yeah, it's gonna be off the heezy. There's gonna be a bonfire, a weenie roast, and most important of all, it's gonna be unchaperoned.
I thought Miss Topsy was the chaperone.
She is, but she lost her eyeglasses.
Oh, man, I can't wait.
Why? You can't come. It's the same night as your spelling bee.
Oh, no, what am I going to do?
I don't know. I wish I could help you. See ya. Wouldn't want to be ya.
Ever. Look, Penny, I'm not like them. I don't think you're a nerd. Could you do me a favor and drop that dream book by my house on your way home? Zoey! Bye, dork!
Penny's kindness was not enough for her friends, not even Zoey. In the episode Spelling Bee, Zoey shows again to be a follower when LaCienaga calls her name and she immediately ditches Penny. Zoey follows LaCienaga and Dijonay because of her desperation to be cool. Ironically, she also called Penny a dork right away and contradicted her previous statement, saying that she does not think that Penny's a nerd. The words nerd and dork in a Proud family indicate inferiority in one's social status amongst teenagers. Zoey is a walking contradiction. She tries to be popular and hang out with Penny and friends due to her looks and very different personalities. Yet despite trying, she herself looks like a typical nerd and is a typical nerd. She even admits during the Spelling Bee episode on visiting the nerd store on a couple occasions, and yet ironically tries to diss Penny just for being in the same store. It is hypocrisy at its finest, and as I said before, Zoey is a walking contradiction. Zoey's personality is generally unstable the more she craves to fit in. Her true colors are revealed in the episode Twins to Tweens. This is possibly the darkest and most hated episode in the series because of the fact that nobody truly likes Penny. In the episode, Penny wishes that BB and Cece grow up, and she gets her wish. BB and Cece do grow up by a spell casted by Al Roker, which causes them to become instantly popular, and Penny's friends, including Zoey, take note of this. BB and Cece's popularity grows bad to the point that Oscar buys Penny a sleeping bag, and Penny's parents give Cece Penny's whole room. Many fans have commented on the episode exposing everyone's true colors and fakeness, especially Penny's friends. By no surprise, Zoey ditches Penny yet again.
You should have made a wish for yourself, Proud.
What's that supposed to mean?
Well, while you ponder that, I'll be giving BB my phone number.
After me, girlfriend.
I can't believe them. Why not? BB and Cece are hot, and you're not. See ya!
Penny's friends, including Zoey ditching her, becomes a common motif throughout the show. It's to show that Penny is indeed alone mentally and emotionally as her friends constantly ditch her, including Zoey, who is claimed to be the nicest. But again, most of Zoey's character was already tarnished just by being around LaCienaga and Dijonay more than Penny. And it is noted that Zoey is usually the last person to run off and ditch Penny, indicating an internal struggle inside Zoey between sympathizing with Penny or just leaving her altogether. She ultimately chooses leaving Penny due to her desire to feel acceptance. Unlike Penny, Zoey is not used to being alone and handling rejection. Penny developed thick skin and grew stronger as a person the more the series progressed. Penny's drive to keep going in life is due to her family. The fact that the spell in Twins to Tweens revealed everyone's spirit and true inner conscience about Penny deeply impacted her spiritually, and come to a realization that how she is treated throughout the episode, especially by her family, is dehumanizing. The extreme neglect that Penny felt was an implicit eye-opener for her to relate to how deeply her friends felt. On a daily, Penny's friends feel neglect and loneliness. It is all due to the fact that Penny has family and little is known about the other families, especially Zoey's. Thus, Penny is the sole heart of the group because LaCienaga, Dijonay, and Zoey's jealousy of her is what ironically brings them all together. The point made brings me back again to A Star is Scorn because in the end, Penny gives up her fame to be with her friends, showing her overall humility. Zoey brings up an important point in the episode, which makes Penny eventually see the error of her ways.
Sorry, ladies, you have to leave.
Just remember, success means nothing if you don't have friends to share it with.
Don't listen to her, Panay. She's young.
Penny realizes that the feeling of isolation is unhealthy, and throughout the show, she was prone to it the more her friends left her. So she goes back to her friends to avoid isolation. She specifically took Zoey's advice because her friendship with Zoey was a small sense of good in her that she had left. Despite being a follower, Zoey was a bit rational just to humble Penny's character and to bring her back down to earth, destroying the Panay ego. Overall, Zoey wasn't all that bad, she was just only insecure. Penny's friends were so negative to her that the friendship she had with them was temporary. She could have made better friends with her fame and be set for life and stability, but instead she just keeps coming back to her main friends. It is fear of being alone or coming across people who have personalities worse than her main friends. Plus, Penny's friends, including herself, may change and mature over time, since the show only shows them as teenagers, which makes me excited for what to expect in the sequel, Louder and Prouder. No matter what, Penny keeps coming back in the end because it is unconditional love. It could be said that Penny is indeed proud of her friends. Speaking of love, Penny has had several love interests and crushes in the series. This is due to not only her looks, but also her genuine personality. There has been a pattern of boys asking her out in the show, and yet Penny says no for different reasons. For one, she is only 14 in the show, so she's already too young to date and understand love. Also, her father is a huge influence to her for when it comes to dating. Her father, Oscar, constantly tells her throughout the show that she cannot date until after she is married. Yet, the logic in that does not make sense because in order to marry, you have to date someone first. His view is understandable though, since it is just a way for Penny to protect herself and have general respect for herself as a young woman. She does show to be very respectful of herself because of the fact she gives and receives respect from her family. This type of respect when it comes to love is first seen in the episode I Love You, Penny Proud, where Penny has her first boyfriend in the show. Her first boyfriend is a disabled student in a wheelchair named Johnny McBride. At first, Penny sympathizes with him due to being disabled, but over time the relationship becomes a form of mental abuse. So Penny ends up telling him off and breaks up with him.
Your wheels aren't the reason I don't like you, but they are the reason I said I'd be your girlfriend. That and because I felt sorry for you, but I don't anymore. You need a personality check, Johnny. You're rude, obnoxious, inconsiderate. You disrespected my parents, my grandmother, me. You're not a nice person, Johnny. But my family, they are nice people. And I'm sorry I ever brought you around. So why don't you break?
As caring as Penny is, she also has an adorative trait that is picked up from her father. Her personality is a general balance of her parents along with her mother's beauty. Usually when a father is present in a child's life and they have a good connection with the child will more than likely turn out to be well respected as they grow older. This is due to fathers being seen as a leader and the head of the household. The Bible even makes a reference saying that fathers should raise their children in a way to never depart from their teachings, and that wives should care for her children and husbands. This is why it is so important for both parents to be involved in a child's life so that they can receive love and learn respect. If they receive love and respect, then they will be able to show that same love and respect for whoever they date or marry when they get older. As Penny views the love and respect that her parents show for each other, she therefore wishes to attain that same type of love. When a daughter has a good relationship with her father, she will often date someone who is like her father. Ironically, the character Frankie, who also had a crush on Penny, was like Oscar in some funny yet very masculine ways.
Look, Penny, as far as you and I are concerned, this is the best thing that could happen.
Okay, how do you figure that?
Aside from the fact that girls can't really compete with boys in football, I didn't want to take a teammate to the homecoming dance.
Are you insulting me and asking me out at the same time?
Well, I didn't really mean it that way.
It sounded like you did.
Look, Penny, no guy wants to play against this girl.
Did I miss something? I thought we were going to be playing on the same team.
Doesn't matter. You didn't make it. So are you going to roll with me to the homecoming dance?
I wouldn't go out with you even if my daddy did let me date.
Frankie often teased Penny or messed with her just to get her attention. He messed with her throughout the episode She's Got Game because Penny is very feminine, yet a bit of a tomboy since she likes football, and football is usually associated with guys. Both Frankie and Oscar are alike because they both state in the episode to Penny that only boys can play football. This is to physically protect her since men tend to be stronger than women physically in society. Penny, on the other hand, did not care because she just wanted equality and to generally play. Therefore, Frankie takes a liking to her because she sometimes challenges gender roles and stereotypes. In the end, Frankie grows to respect her, and turns out to be a pretty cool character. Another character who also respected Penny was Kwok. In the episode Romeo Must Wed, Kwok and Penny develop feelings for each other after they both are assigned to play Romeo and Juliet in their school's play. This episode parallels and references the movie Romeo Must Die, since they both show romantic relations between blacks and Asians, therefore showing Proud Family to be a general show of diversity. Many fans believe that the episode Romeo Must Wed sparked a possible interracial relationship between Penny and Kwok. An interracial relationship is when two people of different ethnic backgrounds date or marry each other. In the end of Romeo Must Wed, it was speculated that Penny could have been dating Kwok off-screen due to the ending of the episode. However, it is unclear because Kwok rarely makes an appearance and is never really seen after the episode Romeo Must Wed. This could be due to the fact that they are both still young and that their parents are very strict when it comes to dating. Also, Kwok has traditions and personal reasons.
I've been arranged to marry Ann Lee since before either one of us was born.
Why would anyone arrange for their kids to get married before they were born?
Well, I would like to arrange my order before my kid is born. Thank you very much.
Here you go, man. See, it's a tradition where my parents are from in China. But the reason my parents are tripping is because Ann Lee and her family will be in town tonight. And they feel that you and I are becoming too close.
Hold up. Your wife is gonna be in town tonight, and you didn't even tell me?
One, she's not my wife. Two, if we do get married, it'll be a very long time from now. Look, they're just in town one day. They'll be going back to China tomorrow and everything will be normal again.
Kwok, this is not normal. This is weird.
Maybe, but the way we feel about each other isn't. Look, what do you say when I get off, I take you to Wizard's 3 flavors for ice cream? I'll buy you all 3 flavors, okay?
Sorry, Kwok. I don't date married men.
Despite the Chinese marriage tradition that Kwok described to Penny, he went against it. Penny let him know too that she would not date him if he was already with someone else. The relationship turned out well in the end though, because Kwok was upfront and honest about his feelings for her and his traditions. In a way, Kwok is basically Penny's other half, her counterpart, which makes him perfect for him playing Romeo and her as Juliet. They are both raised with respect, honor, and honesty, despite Penny's short culture shock of Kwok's traditions. For one who has such a short and brief storyline in the show, Kwok is another good character with strong development. Personally, I hope that in the reboot of Louder and Prouder that Kwok makes a comeback, only to further romantic chemistry and friendship between him and Penny, since both are very mature despite being only 14. Kwok is a definite favorite when it comes to being one of Penny's love interests.
Yeah, very nice then. So, this your house, right?
Look, I know what you're doing. Trying to get me all alone. But you can stop right there, player. I've read every issue of Dreamy Teen magazine, and I know all about your little rep. So if you think you're gonna get a kiss on the first date, I'ma just tell you straight up, it ain't gonna happen.
Oh, the stuff in those magazines is all made up.
It is?
Yep. Remember that picture of me and Christina Aguilera? Besides, if I'm late for my curfew, my mom's will go off.
Wait a minute. You mean it ain't gonna happen?
Nah, seriously. It's getting late, and I gotta return my grandmama car.
Your grandmama's gonna have to wait.
Out of all of Penny's crushes, 50 Cent was my least favorite. He is the epitome of a typical rapper stereotype. He portrays to have money and fame, and yet his true character is unknown. However, he takes a liking to Penny after he witnesses her standing up for herself and her friends. So in a way, 50 Cent could possibly be humble, and this is due to him taking a liking to Penny's confidence. What is only known of 50 Cent is the image that he portrays to the media and people. In the Proud Family movie, Penny's character differed a bit from the show. She went from being independent and respectful of herself to becoming a groupie and having a quick fling with 50 Cent. Penny was being rebellious and liked the fact that 50 Cent was a young celebrity. She snuck out the house to meet with this guy. Their relationship in general is superficial. What irks me more is that he calls her ponytails but never says her real name.
I can't be in your crew unless my girls are with me.
Looking out for your homies, huh? I like that.
Alright, they in. Under one condition. You let me drive you home, ponytail.
15 Cent is basically the opposite of Frankie and Kwok. He played dumb and acted like he did not know where she lived just to get with her for a moment. So the comments he made to Penny were possible lies, since Penny had no true valid information about him as a person, meaning that he could have lied about being single or having a girlfriend. In Penny's encounter with 15 Cent, she only went by his statements rather than following her instincts of him possibly lying to her. Yet Penny is not perfect, for she's only just a teenager who's in love with the idea of love and dating. This brings me to ask this question: who will Penny date or marry Louder and Prouder? Will it be her former crushes through the Proud Family series, or someone who's completely new? Only time will tell. All I can say is this: fathers, please be in your daughters' and sons' lives. Every character in Proud Family was in Penny's life for a reason, whether they are just as mean as LaCienaga or just as nice as Penny. Penny would not be Penny without the people in her life. In general, in order for us to understand who we are in life, we need friends, family, and enemies. It's like I said before, love your friends and enemies as you love thyself. If you do not have anybody to talk to, whether it be a friend, family, or even an enemy, you will not know who you are. Meeting people in general is all part of life and self-identity. How can one tell what is truly good if they never experience evil? So without Penny's friends, family, crushes, and even enemies, she would not be loud and proud, just something cute. Overall, the main person who had her best interests throughout and made her the person that she is was definitely Oscar. It was because he was being a true father. Fathers do have an impact, and I know my father definitely impacted my life for the better, which is why I made this video. Besides my general love for Proud Family, it's a reminder to note that we all have families, and they don't even have to be blood either. Family comes in different forms, and to sum this all up, I am very proud to call everyone in my life family. That's what being proud is all about. Being proud of your family and proud of yourself. Thank you for watching and listening.